everybody, this is Evan Rogers coming at you with another exciting flashcard lesson about curry rice. If you haven't been to Japan, you haven't had curry rice, it's delicious. It really is. It's fantastic. We're learning about curry rice today. I know you want to learn a lot more, and so we will. Here is curry rice. This is the flashcard that I got from a family member, an in-law, who sent them over. Or no, it wasn't a family member. It was actually from one of the families as they were leaving back to Japan. They gave me one of these, and here's the actual language in the card. I have the front and the back, and I guess you can learn all about curry this way. I don't know why you need a flashcard for curry rice, but that's what they did. And I added a bunch of kanji here to make it more difficult for us, and also to get you more used to the kanji. And here is what it says right here, and I have the translation of the words, the definitions of, or translations. And this will be, I'm going to make a booklet, and I'm going to post it up on a social media, Facebook, Patreon. Check below. It'll all be there. And hopefully be able to learn a lot, okay? Let's get going. 肉と野菜を炒めて煮込んだものにカレー粉などのスパイスを加え、ご飯にかけた食べ物です。This is a description of what curry is. It is telling you what curry is, and it is using a lot of difficult words. Niku, meat. We're talking generally like animals on the, cows, pig, not poultry. I mean, it could be poultry, but not poultry, not fish, generally. And then we have yasai, vegetables, yasai. Itamete, this is to pan fry. This is a tricky translation because itameru says fry, and in English says two meanings. If you look up a picture online, go to Google. Well, don't go to Google because they're a disgusting company. Go to Brave search, type in itameru, and use the image function. It'll all be pan fry. Nikonda, nikomu is the verb, nikomu. Itameru, nikomu. Nikomu is to stew, you boil it, then you sit on the back burner, you just let it go for a while. Mono just means thing. Ni, kare ko. This ko here is like a powder, so curry powder. Naro no spice o kuae. Kuaeru, that's a verb. Kuaeru is to add. It is a transitive verb. Gohan, that is, it gets translated as both cooked rice and also, sorry, let me highlight this properly. It's both cooked rice or a meal. Here it means the cooked rice, so you're going to cook up some rice. Ni kakita. Kakita is to cover something in something else, to put something on top of something else. It generally is used for, not generally, it's very frequently used for like splashing on top of something else. So anyway, tabemono, food, des. Alright, so we're going to translate this. Since we have a general idea of what this is talking about, notice there's no subject. There's a bunch of clauses, right? We have a verb, another verb. We have another verb over here, and then we have another verb, and then we have the copula des. Sorry, there's not going to be a lot of editing here because A, I'm a little bit sick, and B, it takes a lot of time, and I don't have a lot of time. So we're just going to not do that. Just pop these guys out. You guys can translate them, deal with me snorting here and there. Okay, so the subject of this sentence is curry rice. So curry rice is tabemono. It is food. It is a type of food. It is a kind of food. It is a kind of food, and then notice we have a verb before a noun that generally translates to that has whatever the verb is, and here we have a past tense verb. So a food that has something kakita, something covering it. Okay, so on to what did the thing get covered? It got covered on. The ni particle tells us onto what you're placing something on top. You're placing something onto. That ni particle is the onto idea. Onto the gohan, the rice. So something is placed on the gohan, is put on top of the gohan, and it is a food where something has been placed on the rice. Curry rice is a food that something has been put on to cooked rice. All right, so what are we putting on there? Well, we actually don't know yet. This verb right here is to add something. So what are we adding? We're adding, I'm sorry. You see this e there? That is the stem. So it's kua e, and then we just add ru or mas. If you just take off the mas from a mas verb, you get you get the stem. You get the stem, and the stem operates very similarly to the te form, which is just you do this and then the next thing. So adding spices. What kind of spice? A nado no spice. The nado here just means and things like. So things like curry powder spice. So why is there a no here? Really, it's because curry powder is a noun, nado is a particle, and then this particle comes before the no particle. So it's curry powder spice. So a spice called curry powder and the sort, nado. Kareko nado no spice will quiet. So adding, I added a te there on accident. Adding curry powder spices and the sort, you put it on top of, it's a food where you put it on top of rice. All right, so what are we adding the spices to? We are adding the spices to, notice the ni particle there, that is once again that sort of adding it to, putting on top of that targeting to a location. Getting X and hitting an object is that ni particle in a lot of situations. Okay, so mono, a thing, onto the thing, into the thing, right? We're doing adding, and it's talking about spices. We usually in English add something into or on into a dish. So into a thing. What kind of a thing? A thing that has been, notice the past tense, the complete, it has been nikondad. It has been nikondad. I mean nikomu. That is the stewing. So a stewed thing. And this stewed thing has already been itametad, right? The itamete, doing this then happens, and that's modifying mono. So it is a thing that has been stewed or boiled or backburnered, whatever you want to call it, having already been pan-fried. What are we pan-frying? Yasai to niku to yasai. So curry rice is a niku to yasai o itamete, pan-fry some meat and veg. Some British people out there just started laughing at that. And then having pan-fried it, nikonda. It has been, by the time that you're doing the rest of the sentence, that's how Japanese time works. By the time you do the rest of the sentence, it has already been boiled. Nikonda mono ni, to that thing, kareko nado no spice o quiet. Add in some curry powder and the like spices. Gohan ni kaketa tabemono desu. It is a food where you have placed all of that stuff onto some cooked rice. Curry rice is a food where you have put onto rice, having added spices like curry powder to meat and vegetables that you have pan-fried and have already boiled a little bit. So very difficult sentence. You're using like 14 clauses to modify a single noun. Welcome to Japanese. That's how this works. You follow through the grammar chunk by chunk by chunk by chunk by chunk, and then you find it all modifying a single noun, and there's no subject. So, that's Japanese for you. Hopefully you're able to follow that. Curry rice is a food where you have put onto cooked rice, having added some spices like curry powder, to the thing something that you've boiled. So you've pan-fried some meat and veg and then boiled it into that thing. You've put spices. It makes sense in Japanese. It's insanely annoying to translate as one sentence into English. Let's keep on trucking. Kare no tokuchou no karami wa shokuyoku o masu hataraki ga arimasu. All right, interesting vocabulary here. Curry. No, tokcho. Tokcho is a particular characteristic, a distinctive characteristic. For example, a porcupine's tokcho would be its spines. A skunk's tokcho would be its stank. My tokcho would be my horrible bald head. No, and my girlfriend Ariel. Kare no tokuchou no, and then we have another no particle, karami. This is like spicy flavor. Spicy flavor. What? Shokuyoku, appetite. Notice this is the kanji for eat and desire. How does that song? Whatever, I won't sing. Shokuyoku o masu. Masu means to increase. Hataraki. Hataraki generally means work. However, here we where's that? Economy, spice, flavor, shokuyoku, masa, hataraki, effect. It can be an effect, an effect. Hataraki ga arimasu. Okay, so we do have a subject. Kare no tokuchou no karemi wa, as regarding the spicy distinctness of curry, it has or there is an effect. There is an effect. Hataraki ga arimasu. There is an effect. What kind of an effect, you asked? An effect whereby something is increased, something is swollen up, the shokuyoku, where that increases your appetite. Kare no tokuchou no karami wa, the distinctive spicy flavor of curry wa shokuyoku o masu hataraki ga arimasu, has the effect of increasing one's appetite. Oh, that is what that sentence means. Nihon ni wa Meiji jidai no hajime ni Igirisu kara tsutawarimashita. Alright, so Nihon ni wa, so to Japan, or it could also translate kind of like to as regarding Japan, but we have the verb tsutawarimashita, which is to transfer, carry over, spread to, like, and I don't mean like a flood spreads. I mean more like an idea spreads. It communicates to a location. I hope we get the idea. What transfer? What did I put down? Spread, transmit, convey, propagate. Ooh, offensive. Okay, so to Japan, something propagated. We're likely talking about curry rice, and thus we do not have a subject. Evan, there's a WAP article here. Yeah, but to Japan isn't a subject. To Japan is delicious. Doesn't make any sense. You can't turn to Japan into a noun, thus it can't be a subject. Welcome to grammar. Nihon ni wa, as regarding to Japan at least, as opposed to Korea or Africa or America or Canada. We're talking about to Japan at the very least. It transferred, it propagated to Japan at the very least. Igirisu kara, from England. Hajime ni wa. So hajime ni, first. Meiji jidai no sorry, not first. What am I talking about? In the early stages, the beginning of the Meiji jidai. So Meiji jidai no hajime ni, in the early stages of the Meiji jidai, to Japan at least, it came from England. That is the end of that exciting flashcard. Quick recap: curry rice is a food where you pour some goop on top of rice, not maybe necessarily on top of, but next to, having added to that goop some spices like curry powder, and along with what's going in, you added the curry powder to meat and veg. Maybe there's 2 veggies in there that you've pan fried and boiled / stewed. And then curry is... Oh, yeah, the distinctive spicy flavor of curry, it has the effect of increasing your appetite, which is the opposite of eating. That's always something I've noticed, actually. When you eat curry, you want to eat all of it the first time. Then, like, I could go back for seconds. And then you eat more, and you're like, oh, God, that's way too much. It's really strange. The Japanese curry rice, in my opinion, is fantastic. I also like, regular old curry. Nihon ni wa, to Japan, it was propagated from England in the beginning of the Meiji jidai. So that's what's going on there. Again, I'm going to make some bookets, which is like flashcards, but it's got games to distract you from the fact that you're studying. So you study and then have a little bit of fun, then go back to studying. And you can join in some private, some group lessons on Patreon for $5. If you want to find out how to contact me, links below. Support me, because this ain't paying the bills. That's for darn sure. I'm doing this as a labor of love. Blah, 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 blah. Have yourselves a happy day. Peace out.